All right, guys, if you didn't notice from Group C, I'm wearing the same exact t-shirt because I literally recorded these videos back to back. Group C and Group D. We are on to the Group D prediction of M4. M4 is edging closer. I'm no longer tired because Group C woke me up. And now we're getting into a group everyone wants to talk about, or maybe you don't want to hear me talk about, but it doesn't really matter because I want to talk about it. We got Group D with S11 Gaming coming from... I can't believe I said this wrong last time. Argentina, because Malvinas is Peru and S11 is Argentina. We have the Valley coming from North America, obviously. Team Haq and RRQ Akira. Team Haq is coming from Malaysia and RRQ Akira is coming from Brazil. Now, this, honestly, in a lot of people's eyes, it probably seems like maybe the boring group, but in my eyes, I think this is one of the most interesting groups and groups that could go all over the place. For me, at least, I've had my eyes on RRQ Akira, the Valley, and S11 for a while. Of course, I've had my eyes on the Valley. I've been casting a bunch of their games in NA. But S11, RRQ, and Team Haq, I think it's definitely going to be very, very spicy Group D. Excited to see how it goes down. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right over, guys. Now, S11 versus the Valley. Now, S11, we have Papadoc, Kai, Chan, Goten, and Irwin. They love to disrupt opponents' routines. They want to try to get a lead in the beginning, snowball, and move forward. They have a pretty decent draft game. They came out, so for those that don't know, Latin America, Latam had a Super League, their very first annual league, to decide on what two teams they were going to send to M4. First place was S11, second place was Malvinas. Now, S11 dominated throughout the whole season. They only lost one series, one match, one best of three against New Wave. And then in the bracket, they just swept through it essentially, stayed in the upper bracket, and won the whole thing. Malvinas had a bit of a rougher time. I think they got third or fourth in the season behind New Wave. They lost to New Wave in the upper bracket of playoffs and then got the win on them in the third place lower bracket spot. Malvinas ends up moving in, losing to S11, but still getting a slot in M4. Now, S11 did do really great in their region, but honestly, I know their region. Like, I know New Wave, I know some of these teams. I don't say this, but it's not like S11 winning that doesn't put them on too high of a pedestal for me. It definitely doesn't put them above a Valley in terms of power scaling, because I know the Valley beat New Wave tons of times. I know S11 didn't always beat New Wave. Like, S11, I would put them, just if I was like ranking teams over here in the Americas, I would have to put them below the Valley. And I don't think I think they're a good team. I think they have some opportunities here. Maybe they do well, but I think with the fact that the Valley's also been in Indonesia a bit longer than them, has been practicing a bit more. Yes, S11, some of their players did go over to IESF. They did okay. I thought they were going to maybe do a little better, but again, they didn't surprise me a ton. They had a pretty rough draft against Evos, letting the Fanny through, things like that. They just had some trouble. They ended up losing out. So for this one, I got to give it to the Valley here. I think the Valley's just probably going to surprise us all in the group stage a bit. Maybe the Valley doesn't show too many cards, but I still think they get the win in best of one. After that, we have Team Haq versus RRQ Akira. Now, Team Haq has Lola, Panda, Man, Gary, and Min. They got the twins. RRQ Akira, on the other hand, has Takashi in the XP lane, Gusta Lagusta in the gold lane. That's a fun name. Saigen in the mid lane, King and Jungler, and Louise in Roamer. Now, everyone is talking about Louise. He has stage experience. So do players from Team Haq, essentially old Orange Esports, kind of all the leftovers from Orange Esports have come in. They weren't invites into the Singapore, or they weren't invites into the Malaysian League, but a lot of them have played in the Malaysian League. So still, I think it's a team that may surprise us, but RRQ Akira I think they are the real new dark horses of this tournament. They are like BTK last year, and I got a feeling they're gonna really shock us here. But this is definitely gonna be a great game. It's hard to pick. It's really, really hard to pick. Like this game, the Valley and Haq and the Valley and Akira game are the games that I'm gonna probably have the most trouble guessing here. I really got a feeling that RRQ Akira is going to surprise us here. In the end, I do think they take the dub on this one. Definitely think they take the dub on this one. But at the same time, like, RRQ Akira could bomb here. Like, I don't think Team Haq is exactly going to bomb. I think no matter what, whoever Team Haq goes up against, they're going to put up a good fight. But like RRQ Akira, I feel like they're either going to do really well or they're going to do really bad. Same thing with S11. I think either of the two teams could do decent, but they're going to do bad. I just think it's more of a chance for S11 to be that team to come in last here. I think if RRQ Akira loses, like if we see them get bombed in their first matchup, they may get bombed the rest of the way through the group stage. But my guess is they do end up getting the win here. Now, after that, RRQ Akira up against S11. I think RRQ Akira comes out on top as well. I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about. I just think Akira's a better team. I think they're another team. Like I said about the Valley, Akira's been here, been in Indonesia for about a month. I've seen some of the clips of them on YouTube. They look good. I think they've been playing against scrimming, getting maybe some possible knowledge from RQ Hoshi, getting some clips and tips. I mean, it's one mother company over both of them. I'm sure they want to see both of them do well in this event. So I got to give RQ Akira the win here. After that, it's the Valley versus Team Haq. I think this is a game that a lot of people have their eyes on. I think the Valley is going to be going up against a team that some people think are going to do well here. But like I said, I think the Valley is going to be full of a lot of surprise factors. And the thing is the Valley now, in my opinion, has the steadiness that BTK had, has kind of that rock hardness, but they also have this this new aggression with Hoon in the mid lane. They have this new feeling to them that's a bit more sporadic than what I'm used to with them. And I think they're going to be able to get a little crazy in these drafts and catch people off guard. And in the end, I think Valley gets the dub here. After that, Team Haq versus S11. I don't want to put I'm going to do it. Team Haq gets the dub here. I think S11 ends up coming in last, sadly, with 0 wins. Maybe they get the dub there. Who knows? It could get spicy, but I think Team Haq has a bit more experience, a bit more comfortability here, and are going to get the trump over on S11. After that, the Valley versus RRQ Akira. Definitely one of the most anticipated matches in all 4 groups. Just because I think both of these teams are very hungry coming from the Americas. And I think a lot of sparks are going to fly in this game. It's going to really set a tone on how both teams perceive things and how maybe they move forward. I think both of these teams have their eyes on each other before they come into this match. I mean, you have the best team in North America up against considerably, or maybe even said to be one of the best teams in South America. So that story alone is epic, right? Definitely excited to see how it plays down, but I got to give it over to the Valley for the win. But again, RRQ Akira could get the dub here. There's definitely a hot meter on this game. Anything could happen. Either way, RRQ Akira and the Valley, I think, end up going to the upper bracket here. Now, taking a look at this, the Valley gets 3-0, RRQ 2-1, Team Haq 1-2, and S11 0-3. Now, we finally have finished all these groups. Yeah, boy. I want to take a quick look at the bracket after this. If things go how I predict them, and the group stage, take a quick look at the bracket. Make sure OBS looks right real fast. Let me fix my camera. If things go exactly how I predicted them, This is how it's going to look. We're going to have Falcon versus Todak. If everything goes exactly how I predicted it, it'd be Falcon versus Todak. RQ. Ooh. I hope things go exactly how I predicted it. Falcon versus Todak. RQ Hoshi versus RQ Akira. Onic ID versus Blacklist. Bro. The Valley versus Echo. This is a banger. This is a banger bracket. If I predict this right, this is a banger bracket. And in the bottom side, you got S11 versus Occupy. I want to start making predictions now. S11, Burn X Flash. This is a good match if that happens. Incendio versus MDH. Incendio. Yeah, it's definitely spicy, guys. Definitely crazy. Excited to see how things go. I think it's going to be a great M4, guys. And that is it for the group stages, guys. We got all 4 knocked out. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you disagree, if you agree, feel free to say whatever you want down in the comments. Hate me, love me. Just leave a like and a subscribe. I'll see you guys at M4.